What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twist of Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Ready to Love. This is season 4. This is the reunion show, part 1. I said that I was going to recap or briefly go over the 2 episodes that I missed in the past couple of weeks during my absence. I am not going to do that. I was a lie. I'll let you know that right now. It's not happening. You pretty much know my feelings. I couldn't stand the way that Caio was dragging this mess on. She was just trying to get to the end. I have no problem with somebody standing in their own truth, but Caio was being wishy-washy, and I said she was being wishy-washy from the beginning. Alexis, I was sick and tired of her insecurities. Point blank, period. Okay? Liz and Jason, I just don't see it. I don't care how much they say they into each other. I just don't see it at all. It's like he dating his auntie. That's what I see there, and I still say he bad for both sides of the team. But I mean, that's kind of irrelevant for real. But still, some people keep asking me why do I feel that way. I just do. Okay, Venetia and Joel. I think that Venetia is into him, and he playing her. Okay, he trying to up his Peter Gunn's rap career. Yeah, he don't feel for Venetia like that for real. Who else? Amber and Chris, I thought that they looked good together. I thought they was going to stick together. You know, Amber's going to be a bit much for Chris, I think. But I think they still may have a little longevity, at least longer than the rest of the people. Kyrie and AJ, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Next on the mic, that's it. That's all that's left. Yeah, that was it. That's all that was left. Now, this was supposed to be a final 3. Well, when the show was announced, Tommy said, well, let's say what's up to our final 4. There was no final 4. Kyra and AJ did not choose each other. AJ chose her. Kyra decided to choose herself. And said she still wants to prolong the process even further. Okay, so there should not have been a final 4. Should have been a final 3. But here we go with Tommy again making his own rules. Okay. I like to call this episode, Tommy said he wanted to call it, This Is Ready to Love Kyra. I wanted to call this particular reunion episode, Why You Hurt My Friend Alexis. Because Tommy was all in his feelings, baby. Tommy was all in his feelings. We know he had beef with Ron. And it showed. And he didn't care for Aaron too much either. And it showed. Okay. He didn't like Stacy and Chrysanthemum Flower Girl. He didn't like them much either, and it showed. Okay, anybody who was not Team Alexis, it showed through Tommy. It was almost every segment, even though that segment was about AJ and Kyra, it became about Alexis. There was no real love triangle there. There was really no love triangle there. The true love triangle existed with Jason, Liz, and Kyra. Because Kyra really didn't want AJ. She really didn't. I'm trying to stay off my table because I'm recording on my PC instead of, look at the light. Didn't that light just come in? Instead of on my phone. So it's like, every time it shook the table. Ooh, it's shaking tables. Yeah. So my bad. So, where should I begin? The outfits? The ensembles. That's what I like to call them, the ensembles. Because most of these outfits were not hitting on shit. The men overall were dressed decent. And that's pretty much it. In previous seasons, the men looked kind of like a little low budget. Because the women always be dressed to the 9s and the brothers be dressed to the 2s. The brothers, I'm going to say, was at least dressed to the 5s. And the girls was dressed to the 4s. Is that such a thing? I just made it such a thing. Amber's dress. Amber's ensemble. Let me start. I liked Amber's dress. I wasn't sure if it was an arm piece or a hair piece, or it was hair arm piece because it started with her hair and connected to her arm. I wasn't sure exactly how that worked, but that snake was over the top. Amber and Chris looked like they was coming to America 3 wedding. Straight to Zamunda. That's what they look like. I mean, give me Africa, give me royalty. I heard you, but it was just too. it was almost like the you know, they have themes when they come on the show. The show actually tells them to dress a certain way. It almost like they said, go over the top, give me a little bit Met Gala, come a little bit couture, and or somebody told Chris and Amber this was an African costume party, and nobody else got the memo. That's what it seemed like to me. But I did think that they matched well. I did think the outfits were unattractive. I do not like to see men flooding at the ankles and have on those damn loafers without no socks. So that's the only thing that was really bothering me about Chris. And the biggest thing that was bothering me about Amber was the big old steak piece. Okay. Liz and Jason. Not much to say about Jason. Liz looked matronly. Her dress fit. It had a built-in scarf around her neck, right? And it looked like it was choking the shit out of her while she was sitting up there. And it was wrapped around so tight that her bosoms, you could still see the fat meat, and she ain't fat, but you saw the fat meat folding over the top of the little dress, and she looked tight as she sat there. Now, the hairstyle that she was rocking, my Sims character on the Sims, I give her that hairstyle all the time. I call it the French bouffant. You know, get the little, and then the slick back, and the bam. Okay, that was cute. But I hated the dress. I love the color. I did not like the dress, and it was like chiffon or something like that. It gave me. I didn't go to my prom, but now that my kids are having one, and I get to shop at prom, I'm gonna go all out. That's what the look it gave me. Okay, Alexis's dress. I like the red on Alexis. I love red on her. Anyway, because of her skin tone, the way that melanin pops against it. If she lost the big old bouffant sleeve, I probably would have liked the dress more. But that big old poofy sleeve, Alexis is like 4'11". These dresses, these outfits are swallowing her up. And that poof really made her sink into the look itself. I did like her unit this time. Okay, because the one she wore all season long was giving me the blues. I did like Alexis's unit. Vernisha, baby, is tacky as hell. Every once in a while, Vernisha would come with a cute outfit. Vernisha's dress was tacky as hell. That sequence with the cut itself wasn't flattering to her boobs. We already know she big breasted. She wanted to show cleavage, but that was not a flattering cut for her. The color, that money green, all with the sequence, it was no. Her slick back hair, no. The outfit, it didn't match. The ensemble didn't go together. I didn't like it at all on Vernisha. I think her eyelashes were toned down though, because I didn't even like focus in on them. So I think her eyelashes were toned down. That might have been a plus. Powder girl. Oh, flower girl. My bad. Chrysanthemum. Baby. The cat suit. Okay, you've been rocking cat suits all season. But what you have not mastered is the powder on your face. It's like she had the foundation on, then she threw some more powder on top of it, which was like 3 shades lighter than your actual complexion. You look like you was Snow White up in this motherfucker here, and then right here, you know, you started to like melanate just a little bit. Like, we know you biracial, but that foundation was not it for you. That unit on your head, ma, was not for you. If that was your hair, whoever fixed your hair made it look like a Party City wig. No, man, Pam, you look like a clown. You look like a clown from the neck up. You looked a mess. Stacy, I think she was okay because I didn't really have much to say about her. She was okay. Ida, I don't remember what Ida had on. All I can remember is Ida's facial expression. The only thing that she wore, she was like this. The entire time. That's the only thing I remember about what Ida wore was that face. What's wrong, Ma? Who hurt you? That's what I'm. Who hurt you, boo? Okay. Andrea, look like she was going to a funeral. She had a slick back, long ponytail. Another probably like nylon dress, black, sheer hip panel here. No, she was going to the funeral. And then her hair, like whoever did her ponytail, did not give her. I said it was a slick back. It was not slick back at all. It was pulled back. She might have did it herself. She didn't have the edge control, the jam, or the or the depth or whatever, laying that mug back, like really pulling it tight to her scalp. She didn't have it, and that's what she needed. It was missing. No, I ain't like her hair. Oh, let's see. Kyra, baby. Somebody done told you wrong. I don't know if your wig shifted before you came out on stage, but you had that side part. Well, I think it was supposed to be a top part. And you try to make it a side part. You know how Effie did in Dreamgirls when she turned her wig around? That's what you did because you wanted to give it a different look. And you had that side part over here. And then it's like you try to gel it up or something. So you can tell that the glue still hadn't dried right here in the part. You looked up. Kyrie, you have looked gorgeous the entire fucking season. And somebody let you walk out on this set with your mother's wig looking like that. What was wrong with you? Did you not look in the mirror before you walked out on that stage? Your makeup looked like it was theater makeup. It was so rosy magenta here in the eye. Kyrie, you looked a mess. Am I missing anybody? That's all the women, right? Because like I said, the men wasn't much to talk about. I mean, they wasn't much to dog out, but they wasn't much to talk about either. Tressa wasn't there. She got a positive COVID test. So she looked good. Tressa, the one who was not on the stage, is the one who looked good. Hair, loved it. Oh, I loved Amber's hair. Did I mention it already? I loved Amber's hair. Let's get into the show. Let's get into why you hurt my friend Alexis. That's basically what this whole reunion was about. You can tell Tommy had salty feelings towards Ron. You can tell that Tommy had salty feelings towards AJ. You tried to start some shit between Flower Girl and Alexis. I see you, Tommy. I see you. There was some BS. This whole reunion was some BS. It was a purely mess. The best part was when Amber called Ron out. Okay? We all knew Ron was a fuck boy. We knew this. Just based off his actions that we had throughout the show. We already knew AJ was a fuck boy. We already knew David was a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? We already knew who the fuck boys of the show was. Okay? Tommy, you included. I'm just going to say it right now. This is why I don't get no shine on these TV shows. When they never say, "Poetry, come and talk to us. Can you do something for me?" Because I talk about them too bad. Production and all that stuff right there. Now, there was a point. We start off with Chris and Amber. And why these people wanted to go on this journey. Liz said it was about time. Chris, like, you know what? When you asked me to come back, I thought it was a good idea. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to try it differently. And I'm going to, give it my all. Make sure that I can really get involved and date a lot of different women. Find somebody that's for me, right? I still didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? However, I happened to meet the one. Okay? We just clicked. We vibed like that, right? And that's what Amber said too. Everything that we did outside of the show and on camera was genuine. I can trust this man. I have no insecurities in what he says and what he does. I was like, who is she throwing shade at? I think Joelle. I'm just saying. Because Amber always feels the need to jump in on my cup. Amber always feels the need to jump in on Vernicia's relationship. So I think that of all the people, when she says she doesn't feel insecure about what he says or what he does, she is specifically talking about Joelle. That's just my opinion. Because Liz has like confidence in Jason that is unmatched with any other couple on the show that I believe. We already know that Kyrie and AJ just no. Okay. So they was good. They was rocking. They was tight. They was happy. Everybody was, hey, all the love, passion that they show one another. That they came here ready to tell everybody we still together. We still dating. We happy. And what? I bet you damn well he is not still celibate or abstaining. You can't make me believe that because Amber looked too happy. She looked like she had too much of a glow. No, she getting dick down. Please believe that. Please believe that. Or maybe not dick down, but at least she getting some. I don't know. Chris don't. For some reason, Chris don't look like he the dick down type to me. He just don't. But anywho, so then, who do we go on to? They went on to Kyrie and how everybody wants Kyrie. They showed the clip of Joelle and David and Jason and AJ all saying that Kyrie was the one. You the one, you the one, you the one, girl. They was all saying that. And for some reason, Tommy decides to ask Alexis, how does she feel about the way that Kyrie moved on the show? Now, Alexis' answer didn't have shit to do with Kyrie. She said, she liked to play Monopoly. She liked to play chess. She was very curious of how all these men all of a sudden became Kyrie. Hooked on the Kyrie. So it made people believe, who was these people, Alexis? But it made people believe that Kyrie was just to try to get there to the end. I mean, I think Kyrie was there just trying to get to the end, but wasn't everybody? Okay. So, Kyrie was like, you know what? Ask them. Okay, ask them. So, Tommy was like, well, shit, y'all wouldn't even know about that whole shift to Kyrie if there wasn't somebody in my damn lounge running their mouth talking about Ron. The camera panned over to Ron and, it didn't get addressed at that particular time, But everybody knew that Ron was the one that was going back and telling. He was telling that to everybody. And I think he was going back and telling it to Amber. And then Amber was being the bone collector and bringing it back to everybody else. I think that's how it worked. Well, they got on to Ron and how, no, I think they didn't. They might have. But, okay, I'm going to skip Ron for a second right now. And just move on to the least, active members of the show. Khalil and Christian. They were the first two to get kicked off. I swear I have forgot all about Christian, the mailman. I forgot all about him, y'all. He totally slipped my mind. Khalil was never an unattractive man. He was just a fucking goofball. And during this reunion, he proved himself to still be a fucking goofball. Christian still seemed to be this shy, meek person. They showed his little, clips of him not knocking it out the park with the ladies. However, Christian, even though on the show, Andrea was like, oh, okay, boy, bye, right? Even though she dismissed him on the show, they have kept in contact after the show. They have been communicating. And Christian asked her to go on a date. And she was like, who, me? Yeah, he talking to you, girl. He talking to you. Yeah, fine. I'll go on a date. So now they're going to go out on a date together. I did like the way that Christian did it. Was like, you know what? Let's have a conversation off camera. Pretty much is what he said. We talk about this off camera. My face is dirty, I think. It feels oily and stuff like that. We had this conversation off camera and whoop, whoop, whoop. Pure alcohol. Alcohol not supposed to get into your nasal cavities. All these damn moles. Googling, moogling. Is that a new? Well, anywho, so she agreed to go to date with him. Now they gonna start dating, not just having phone conversation. Khalil said that he's dating somebody from the show too. Turns out to be Ida. That's when we get all those facial expressions for Ida. Like, I thought we said we weren't gonna talk about this. Apparently, Ida said, should we let everybody know we together? And Khalil said no. Khalil said no. So now she's feeling pretty salty. You know what I'm saying? And Tiny's like, well, how this happened? And his only answer was Mean Girls. Mean Girls. The same thing he kept saying every time that Amber asked him, what is his one character flaw that he think he might need to correct? And he said Mean Girls. She said, no, you. Mean Girls. So when did you and Ida start dating? Mean Girls. And it looked like Ida gonna whoop his ass after the show. I would feel some kind of way too. We just had a conversation and I asked you, should we bring it up? And you said no. And then now we on the camera, and now you're like, yeah, I'm dating Amber. I mean, Ida. Like, she's something special. She's so smart. She's so intelligent. You trying to kiss her ass, she gonna kick your ass after the show. Please believe that. Mean girls. Okay? That was all to do with them. They didn't focus on Dietrich at all. So, was it just me, or did y'all notice that Dietrich had one eye that just was a little bit lazy than the other? Yeah, it just bothered me. But they didn't really focus on him at all. So we go to Ron. Ron's lying ass. So Tommy said something that really bugged me. Ron had made a statement that said to Alexis during his elimination, I thought she was smarter than that. Now, when we saw that clip, everybody was like, damn, he just, damn. You know, we all was like that when we saw the clip. Okay. Now, Ron has went on this whole Instagram, blame party after he got off the air to say how production really did him wrong. Okay. Being a reviewer of this show for the past few years, I know that production be fucking people up. You know what I'm saying? They edit shit in a way that make you think they said something different than what they said. So I actually, despite the fact that I can't stand Ron, understood where he was coming from, and I believed him. When he said that, Tommy said, I'm 4 years of doing this. I ain't never had a man talk to a woman in that way. Motherfucking lie. I know people hated Tiffany season 1. Y'all thought Tiffany was too aggressive, too bossy. Actually, I preferred Tiffany and her way of not being coaxed and smitten and really being upfront about what she wanted and how she wanted to be treated. Okay, I appreciate that about Tiffany. But there was a few conversations that was had between Alex and Tiffany that was mad disrespectful on Alex's part. But people thought it was okay because they couldn't stand Tiffany. So that's a lie. This is not the first person that's disrespected a woman in that way. Chica and Ashima. This is not the first time that a man has disrespected a woman on the show. The only reason why Tommy and his motherfucking feelings is because he don't like Ron. Okay? And because Alexis is his home motherfucking girl, right? Okay? That's why this whole doggone reunion is about. Why did you treat Alexis like this? Why did you do Alexis like this? Did you know about Alexis, or how did you feel about Alexis? And that's what the whole doggone reunion is about. Alexis. Okay? Like I said, we know Ron was a fuckboy. However, when Ron said, when I made that statement, we were talking about AJ. Okay? He said, were we not talking about AJ? He was bringing up a situation where AJ supposedly left Alexis hanging for 2 hours. Now, she was being walked to her car by Ron. AJ told her to stay because he hadn't got time to spend with her. 2 hours later, AJ ain't showed his ass up. So they were having a conversation, according to Ron, about that situation. And Alexis would never say yes or no if that's what they was talking about, which makes me believe that, yes, that's exactly what they were talking about. And then Ron said, I thought that you were smarter than that to deal with the dude that way. That's what Ron was saying. And I believe him. I do. Because, AJ said he did it. He said he was down there talking with the fellas. He would rather sit down there and talk with the fellas. I already told you, I thought that AJ and Jason was doing some things that was changed together. But he said he would rather sit down there and talk with the fellas for 2 hours after he just told this woman to come back into the house so he could spend time with her. That's what he said. Ron was walking Alexis to her car. She was leaving. This was at Ron's house. She was leaving. He was walking her to her car. AJ came out and said, let me holler at you for a minute. You ain't gave me no time. And then 2 hours later, 120 minutes of time have passed. And AJ's still downstairs with the fellas. He never came for Alexis. Ron went upstairs to tell Alexis, I think you should go ahead and leave because he ain't coming. And that's the situation that Ron was saying when I thought you were smarter than that. I thought you were smarter than that. But the way they edited and cut that scene, it made it seem as if he was saying, oh, you leave? You want me to get kicked off the show? You choosing that I'm not ready to love? I thought you were smarter than that. That's the way that they edited that scene. Okay. So, Ronno and Amber. Ron said Amber was always in his top 3. Amber set up. Now, remember I told you that Ron didn't like Chris. You know, they showed that clip about him shading Chris and how Shade wasn't this type of man. He couldn't handle Chrysanthemum, and he was just hating on her, throwing on the bus because he didn't know what to do with that type of woman. And they showed him the clip saying that he was going to still date Amber, even though Chris was dating her too. You know, because that's the bull thing. They kissed and stuff like that. He said, you know, me and Amber talked a lot. We went on many dates, and Amber's like, many. He said, okay, well, you know, 2. She said, no. That didn't happen. He said, okay, 1. Me and Kyrie at the same time. How he go from many to 1? We went on many dates. No, we didn't. Okay, 2. No, we didn't. To 1. So then Amber like, you was a big old lie, dude. You have not been a genuine man through this whole entire process. And then Ron's like, you know, man, you had a connection. Amber said, that ain't what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the lies that you spewing out of your mouth right in this moment. Okay. Apparently, Ron, well, he was just playing the game. He thought he was playing. He thought he was a player. You know what I'm saying? He thought he was the catch. He thought he was the bee's knees. Alexis just knew they was all in. They was together. You know what I'm saying? Alexis, her insecure ass, said out of her mouth that she knew that she could never be with a person like Ron because of how he talks to her. She knew that she could not be with a person like Ron because of this. She knew she could be with a person like Ron like that because of that. But in the same segment, sat there and said, I was still up in the air about how I felt about him and where we were moving forward. Ron was like, we were done. What are you talking about? We were done. But the doneness supposedly happened before the elimination day. Okay. We had a 3-hour conversation. No, we had a 3-hour argument. Okay, we were done. Like, what part did you not know? Let's say, well, you never said that we was done. Well, so here come Tommy. Chrysanthemum, are you buying this? Why would it matter? He didn't choose Chrysanthemum. He didn't choose Flower Power Girl. Why does it matter what she believed? However, the little wrench that she did throw in there, you know, was kind of funny. She said, well, you know, I was like shocked, like where the fuck Alexis came from when all of a sudden he started to choose her because he took me to only meet his mama. Now, we didn't have this one. They didn't have a Meet the Parents episode at this particular time. But Ron felt that, you know, him and Chrysanthemum lived near his mama. They probably would vibe. So he introduced them. You know what I'm saying? But Ron don't think nothing of his mama. He don't think nothing of them. Because he said it wasn't nothing. Alexis like, if you take a girl home to meet your mama, that means some shit. He's like, no, it didn't. Where do y'all find these clowns? I swear, Will Packer and Tommy Miles, when y'all book for this DC show, y'all better find some good damn Megan. Please. Okay, don't let me believe that every man out here in the single dating pool is awesome scrubs. Because that's literally what y'all have been finding. For 3 fucking seasons. Okay, 4. DC, step up, and show out. Okay? If y'all don't know, y'all could like audition if y'all in the DC area within 1 hour of the DC. And y'all could try to be on Ready to Love if you're an actor or a model or some shit like that. Because that's normally who all they pick. It's a casting call. You get paid to be on the show. And they all know I'm going to pick models and actors and shit like that. But, you know, try your luck. I was trying to be on the show for real. I'm looking for love. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. So, that's that on that. Ron got busted out, lying about his relationship or his interactions with Amber. He got busted out by taking Chrysanthemum to his mama house while he was still supposed to be pursuing Amber. He didn't want to be with her. You can tell on the show, Ron was like, I don't know if I want to have fun or if I want to have my Michelle Obama. But remember when Ron first introduced himself, he said he was looking for somebody to have fun with. It sure is like when he sent the chrysanthemum away. He was like, I'm going to choose, somebody to help me grow over, somebody I can have fun with. But then when Alexis let him go, he said, you wasn't no fun anyway. I should, we all said he should have kept chrysanthemum around. And apparently, since the show was ended, he probably was still seeing chrysanthemum, probably. Okay, so who's next on the block? We didn't get nothing on Joel and Vernisha at this particular time, except for the little in the clip. We're gonna talk about that in the clip next week. Okay, I'm just saying I was right about Joel based off of that clip. They could be misleading us though. We didn't talk to Dietrich at all. As far as Amber and Ida, not Amber, Andrea and Ida, I guess their only interaction or that they're going to have with this show is when Tommy talked to Christian and Khalil, because they really didn't get a voice themselves. Maybe he'll come back to them later, but no, they really didn't have no voice at all. Liz and Jason, we haven't really dived into them yet. We put AJ into the hot seat, and basically Tommy want to know why you do Alexis wrong. Listen to AJ. Like I said, I think AJ is a straight fuck boy. However, I agree with AJ. We're dating. I didn't commit to Kyra, although I wanted to. She decided that she didn't want to commit to me. She said that she still wanted to get to know me. Okay? So at this point, we're still dating. So I could date who the fuck I want to date. I told Alexis already that we was probably going to be in each other's lives. So I could date her too if I want to. You know what I'm saying? When the show ended, Kyra said she didn't want to be with me. I had made a choice, but she hadn't made one. And he said, and even though it came out of my mouth that I was fine with that, I was still feeling some kind of way. I must be a man and admit that shit, right? So Kyra was like, I had a trip planned. Had already planned this trip before the show started. It was for 2 weeks out the country. I made my business to make sure I kept in contact with him the whole time I was gone. And then I get back in town and I get a phone call from Alexis. Why would you be getting a phone call from Alexis? Why would Alexis be calling you about AJ? Because that's exactly what she called you about. She called you to brag about the fact that she had been out with AJ while you were out of town. She took pictures. I got pictures. I got proof. Alexis was collecting her receipts. We kissed and everything. They had been kissing. Okay, so like AJ said, when the show ended, you told me you didn't want to be with me. You were willing to date, but that's how we left it. So I have the right to date who I want to. I'm not committed to either of you. If I was in a committed relationship, then things would be different. But Alexis says, well, I didn't know that they were still seeing each other. Now, this is only 2 weeks, within 2 weeks of the show ending. Last you heard, they were pursuing one another. Within this 2 week time frame, Alexis decided to pick up the phone and call him. Hey, it's my birthday. You want to go out with me on my birthday? Did you ask if he was dating Kyra? No, Kyra wasn't on your mind here. She wasn't. Kyra was only on your mind after the day ended, and you decided to give her a phone call and say, hey, me and AJ went out with each other. We even kissed. There's a picture. Alexis is so insecure. So Tommy's sitting there saying, well, make a decision right now. Which one of these two ladies do you want to be with? And AJ said, it ain't Alexis. Face cracked. And she's like, I know it ain't me. We don't even talk. Because AJ know just like I did, it was your intent to throw salt in the game of whatever me and Kyra was going to potentially have going on. Once I realized how immature that you were, on top of your insecurities, as they keep manifesting and seep out. Once I realized that, I realized I don't need to fuck with you no more. Within 2 weeks of us leaving the show, we went out. It was your birthday. I gave you a kiss. And now Kyra knows. Like I was cheating on her. It's kind of funny that I brought the word cheating, because Ron said the reason why he decided to like say fuck Alexis because she had kissed AJ, and he's like, well, once she cheated on me, y'all wasn't together. Ron got mental issues. But I think that's all that really happened, y'all. AJ said he wouldn't want to choose her ass. So he asked Kyra, would she still be willing to date AJ? And AJ, Kyra didn't answer, but AJ said, I'm still willing to date. I'm still willing to go forward, Kyra thought that because I had made up my mind on the show, when she chose not to choose me, that I was supposed to just sit there and patiently wait for her to come back around. You know what I'm saying? I'm dating, so I'm still gonna date. I guess I was supposed to put all the rest of my hoes on hold while she figured shit out. That's what Kyrie wanted him to do. AJ wouldn't even do it, and I agree with him. Fuck it. Why? You see this girl play games. Because one, she don't want you. I kept saying this whole time she had already made her choice. It was going to be AJ. Kyra don't want Jason either, for real. Kyra just don't want Jason to want Liz. That's all that is. Kyra don't want AJ. She don't want Jason. But for the most part, she don't want Jason to want Liz. All that's about. All that's about. Same thing with AJ. She don't want AJ to want Alexis. And since AJ decided, well, fuck it, I'll still go out with her at least one more good time, I will, right? So, afterwards, Tommy was like, so where y'all at now? Where y'all stand now? He pumped the brakes on this, gonna come back next week. He said he was tired, exhausted. Afterwards, we see Vernons like, you know what? How he just gonna go back and start dating Alexis again? Vernons, shut the fuck up. Like, for real, they're dating. They've only known each other for 10 weeks. They just started liking each other for real in the last 5. They're just dating. They're not in a relationship. Nobody committed to anybody. Kyra told him that she didn't want to be committed to him. She's willing to date. We didn't say that we were going to exclusively date, because that's the case. Then we're in a relationship, motherfucker. Okay, Vernons like, hey, he's going to go back to Alexis, you know what I'm saying? And then Kyra's like, why he just didn't keep it 100? Why he just didn't keep it buck? As if you have kept it buck this entire season, girl. Goodbye. Y'all, that's it. I'm going to wrap this on up because it's getting long and long-winded. If I forgot something, y'all put it in the comment section and we'll talk about it down there. I appreciate y'all being here. We will be back for Ready to Love, the next reunion. I think it's only 2 parts. Please let it only be 2 parts. Ooh, we don't need to drag this on no longer than we need to. Y'all have a good one. Peace.